These tunnels really are gloomy. Well, we are in an abandoned mine shaft. What were you expecting, confetti and parades? We'll need to stay on guard for the monster too. It was obviously dangerous enough to seal off the entire tunnel. Yep, caution is our first priority here. Alright, let's see if we can find some of the Lineum. Stay on your guard, we don't know what might find us in here. Roger. Well, I haven't seen anything that fits the description we were given. They said they'd only found small amounts of it back before the tunnel was sealed. Shall we keep looking? We should probably make a more thorough sweep of the area. Ah, what's that? That must be the monster we were warned about. So it decided to come out and greet us after all, huh? Ready or not, we're in for a fight.
This one's dangerous. Stay on your toes.
Go! All right, let's do this! Gotcha!
Okay. Here we go. Silky dance! That's that.
All right! Eat that! My turn! Give it up, everyone! Leave it to me. Yeah, you're done. Cross Raven! See ya! See? I don't slack off all the time.
That was not hard.
All right! Please hold your applause.
Whew, glad that's over. Oh, found Lineum. Huh, is it just me or does this look exactly like a nice chunk of Lineum? So that monster had eaten it? That was a bit rougher of a ride than I was prepared for. Still, that's mission accomplished, I guess. Yeah, let's get this back to the Institute of Technology. Let's say goodbye to the chief on our way out if we get the chance. Oh, did you manage to find any Lineum? Sure did. Here you go. Thanks, this is exactly what I was hoping to get my hands on. This should be plenty to serve as a research sample. I'm happy to hear that. Of course, if you actually went in and cleared the monsters out of there, I'm sure you could get plenty more. That's something we can consider after we've proved this is a viable material. That's all part of the research. And this is Professor Smith we're talking about. I'm sure he'll deliver some kind of interesting result. It was an honor to have been able to aid the professor's research. It was a pretty rough job though. Thanks, I'm grateful for all your help. And I'd like you to take these as a reward. Thank you very much. Anyway, it's back to work for me now. Good luck with your field study. Thank you, glad we could help out. Looks like the sun's starting to set already. That took longer than I expected. I'm not surprised, that was a hard day's work even by our standards. Well, at least we were able to finish all of the requests, and that's what really matters. Now, let's head back home and wait for my mother. You said it. Someone's awfully cheery. What's wrong? There's something going on over there. Oh. Seems like something out of the ordinary. It sounds like it's coming from the plaza on the lower floor. Let's go take a closer look. Hey, isn't that... No way. What are the provincial army and the railway military police doing here? I have a bad feeling about this. This doesn't look good. I don't know what's happening, but these guys look like they mean business. Let's go down to the lower floor and get a closer look. Right. The escalator. They cordoned it off? What are they thinking? I had to think how to say that. Looks like we'll have to find another way down. This is bad. Preserving order and roar is the duty of the Nortia Provincial Army. Our duty. We've had quite enough of outsiders like yourself swaggering into town as though you own the place. If I may, we're currently here on a mission for which we have full authority. Besides, the expansion of the railways has increased the flow of money, information, and people across the country. These days, it takes a modern organization to maintain order in an interconnected world. That organization is the RMP. So why don't you take your sashes and your pointy helmets and kindly keep out of our way? You son of a... Sir, I can't let insolence like this tarnish our good name. Now, let's not be too hasty here. They may answer to the Chancellor, but with only this many of them, they're nothing more than a mob in uniforms. What the hell? Armored cars? Yeah, this escalated. Are you insane? You can't just roll military vehicles into the middle of a city? On the contrary, arms exist as tools to defend one's territory, one's country. Had we been the ones fighting the terrorists, I assure you, we would not have been outsmarted. Citizens of Brewer, you have nothing to fear. In these dangerous times with terrorists running rampant, the Nordia Provincial Army is here to defend you from harm. And defend you we shall. These glorified beat cops are out of their depth. They know nothing of this community. I'd suggest you don't place too much trust in them. What a blowhard. It's like he's spoiling for a fight. He's really selling it to the populace. But they can't just drive armored cars right onto the city streets. What do we do? They're both officially recognized military organizations. I don't think there's much we can do. But if for some reason things turn ugly, let's do everything we can to get all the nearby residents to safety. Right. Guess that's as much help as we can offer. Pretty much.
You're quite correct, of course. Both the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police have their own roles to fill, each important to the Empire.
Oh, hey. Isn't that... Captain Claire? I didn't know you'd arrived. I'll take things from here. Yes, Captain. Yes, ma'am. So that's her, huh? Yeah, the infamous Icy Maiden. Good day to you, officer. I believe the Imperial government notified you 2 days ago that we'd be conducting patrols and investigations in the area. Has that really caused such an inconvenience that you felt compelled to bring an armored car within the city limits? Well, and frankly, I can't bring myself to agree with your assertion with your assertion that we're out of our depth here. The railway is a network that crosses the entire empire, allowing us to dispatch forces anywhere at a moment's notice. We can also gather divisions scattered across the country in one place in a matter of hours. In fact, we pride ourselves on it. It's our distinguishing feature as a division of the armed forces. Really? I do keep seeing them pop up in the Imperial Chronicle. Looks like Claire showed up at the perfect time. As quick-witted as ever, too. Now there's a classy lady for you. We have no quarrel with you and no reason to argue. We have enough on our plate with the terrorists as it is. But we've got a job to do, and so do you. Ultimately, our commitment is to the people of this nation. I'm sure you feel the same, no? But that...
A query for you, then. How would you respond if a crisis were to occur in multiple places at the same time?
Oh. Rufus. Oh, hey, Eustace's brother really gets around. And always turns up where we least expect him. Lord Rufus, we didn't know you were in Ruhr. Are you leaving already? Indeed I am. His lordship asked me to extend my stay, but I'm afraid I have business to attend to elsewhere. I'll be heading out in short order. So that's Duke Albarea's eldest son. Has the noble faction's biggest up-and-comer. He sure dresses the part.
Ah, Captain Claire Revelt, I presume? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've heard much about you.
It's an honor, Lord Albarea.
Please, no need for formalities between us. Rufus is fine. Still, you seem puzzled as to what I'm doing in Ruhr. Or to be more specific, how I got here. Do I assume correctly? The country's railways are completely under your control. Had I taken a train, you would have known it. And yet, there are no signs I passed through Ruhr Airport either. The truth is more mundane than fantastic. I arrived aboard the Albarea family's private airship, which currently sits just off a highway on the outskirts of the city, awaiting my return. Blind spots are an unavoidable reality. We all have them. As on the ball as you are, you do well not to overestimate your own superiority. After all, the hardest falls are the ones we don't see coming.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Now, isn't it time both sides withdrew? And remove those unsightly vehicles from the streets at once? A provincial army must conduct itself with valor and grace at all times. Would you not agree?
Precisely, my lord. Withdraw. Armored crew, stand down. Yes, my lord. Oh, fortune finds us face to face once again. So it seems. Thank you for defusing that situation the other day. You needn't be so formal. I was just in town to speak with the Marquis on my father's behalf. Ah, I imagine you two must have had a lot to talk about. Indeed we did, and the Marquis never makes it an easy time. I took advantage of all the excitement surrounding the courageous maiden voyage to take my little trip unnoticed. Given the current climate, it's impossible to predict what may happen, both here and in Ordis. You have 3 days of your field study remaining. I suggest you focus on your assigned task and stay out of trouble. I'm looking forward to seeing what Class 7 has to show at the Academy's festival, after all. Whew. Man, you meet Eustace and you think you've seen the nobility's golden boy? Then you meet Rufus. I'm actually kind of impressed. I'm almost loath to admit it, but over time I have gotten the impression that he's a good man, for a noble anyway. He's a sharp guy. I can see why he has so much sway in the noble faction as he does. Well, it looks like the sun's about to set. Why don't we call it a day here? My mother might know more about what's going on with the provincial army and the RMP. Yeah, I can get behind that. Nothing happens in Ruhr without Marquis Ragnar say so. We need to figure out what he's up to. I'm also rather curious as to what brought the railway military police out here. Or the army, who seems to be driving tanks into cities to win arguments now. Yeah, there's gotta be something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. That's gonna make for some interesting dinner conversation, huh? We'll find out soon enough. Anyway, come on, I'll show you to my home. Though, I guess you've already been there? It's just part of the Rydberg building. Huh? Wait a minute. So you live... in the penthouse suite on 24 and 25, yes. That's my family's house, more or less.
Man, I can't believe your family has the top 2 floors of a world-class high-rise all to itself.
Yeah, even high-ranking nobles would trip over themselves to secure a luxury suite like this.
I was afraid you guys would react exactly like you just did. That's why I just kept my mouth shut. Sure, it's large, but it's so pointlessly large for just 2 people, and the only servant we have is Sharon.
If you have Sharon, that's the only maid you need, even for a place this big.
You said it.
Well, we'll be guests here for the next 3 days. So thanks for having us, Elisa.
Well, of course. Don't mention it.
My. Is it just me, or do I detect more than a hint of red on Lady Elisa's fair visage?
Could she be embarrassed?
I am not.
We're here on a field study, so could we at least try to take this a little more seriously?
I'll lighten up, Machias. It just wouldn't be a proper field study without one of us getting embarrassed about our family.
Welcome home, everyone. Feels nice to be back. I'll just ignore how you popped up to greet us the moment we walked through the door. I just couldn't wait to see you. Now, if you'll just follow me, I'll show you inside.
Whoa. Well, I'm impressed.
This is even more grandiose than I'd expected.
You could see the whole town out there below. Talk about the lap of luxury.
Looks like a comfy place to take a nap.
You guys really think so? I've been away from Ruhr for half a year, so I guess it does feel kind of nice to be home.
I guess that's natural.
I've already finished preparing dinner. Please, let me know whenever you're ready to eat.
Thank you.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm pretty hungry. What do you say we... Wait, actually we can't, can we? Mother said she'd be eating with us tonight, so we need to wait until she comes home. And there are quite a few things we need to ask her, too. Well, actually, my lady, I'm afraid I received a call from the chairman earlier about that. What?
Lisa, if you wolf down so much food so quickly...
You'll get fat.
Ah! It's just this once. I eat a balanced diet the rest of the time.
But you've been bolting down every course so quickly, I'm surprised you haven't inhaled your napkin.
Maybe we're gonna need to rethink your stage outfit for the concert.
Crap. I almost forgot about that.
If you're worrying about us, you don't need to, you know? I know your mother promised she'd have dinner with us, but we all know she's a busy woman.
And she said she'd try to make some time for us tomorrow instead.
But still.
Didn't she say earlier, didn't her mom say earlier that time is something you make? Kinda ironic that she's now, like, missing dinner and then, like, saying she'll try to make time for us, but time is something you make. Just saying. Hypocrite! I mean, hypocrite, sorry. Sorry.
It's not that it bothers me so much, but she sits on Thor's board of directors. Who's she meeting with that's so important she can't even clear a little time to see us? She got off the Lusitania already, didn't she?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. She's not out on a date with a gentleman or engaging in any lascivious behavior, if that puts your mind at ease.
That's not what I'm worried about. Not even close. Honestly, hearing she was seeing a man might even put my mind at ease.
Elisa?
After dinner, we got straight to work finishing our reports for the day. But with Chairman Irina canceling her dinner appointment with us, the tensions between the Provincial Army and the Railway Military Police and Rufus' suspicious behavior, it was clear that something significant was happening behind the scenes. We just weren't exactly sure what. Well, we have the rest of the night free, so we might as well enjoy ourselves. You're welcome to look around the house as much as you want, but under no circumstances are you to set foot in my or Sharon's bedroom without our express permission. Why are you staring exactly at Reen? I know. That's our Elisa. Why would you stare at Reen for that and not Crow? Of all the guys, the four guys there, wouldn't you stare at Crow? I think you would stare at Crow. I heard you have a private library here. Might I be able to peruse your collection? Of course. Would you show him the way, Sharon? As you wish, my lady. Guess we should nail down the rest of the stuff for our festival concert, too. Yeah, there's still a few bits we need to make some final decisions on. You want me to help out with that? Nah, I'd rather keep you fresh so I can get your opinion on our finished plans as a whole. We want an honest first impression on whether you think what we've got will go over with the audience. Alright, makes sense to me. Well, good luck. Anyway, let me show you to my room, Fee. Thanks. Oh, so Fee gets to go to your room, but I get glared at.